Imagine a world where every step forward isn't just a repeat of what we've already done, where innovation isn't about adding more, but about creating something completely new. That's the world 0 to 1 invites us to consider. In this book, we're not just talking about making better versions of what's already out there, we're talking about the leap from nothing to something, from the familiar to the unprecedented. It's about the ideas that haven't been thought of yet, the companies that haven't been started, and the inventions that haven't been made. 0 to 1 is about thinking differently, acting boldly, and carving out your own space in a world that's crowded with copycats. It's about asking the questions no one else is asking and finding the answers that no one else can find. So, if you're tired of the same old story and ready for a journey into the unknown, stay tuned, because today we're diving into 0 to 1 by Peter Thiel, a book that challenges us to rethink our future and redefine what's possible, so let's get started. Chapter 1. The Challenge of the Future. Peter talks about the importance of creating new businesses that do something completely different from what's already out there. Instead of just making small changes to existing products or services, Thiel believes that the most successful companies are those that come up with new ideas that nobody else has thought of before. He says that these kinds of companies are better because they can become monopolies, which means they are the only ones offering a certain product or service. This is good for business because it means you don't have to worry about fighting with other companies over customers. Thiel also mentions that having a great product isn't enough, you also need to know how to sell it. The best companies will be those that think about how they can help people in the future, not just how they can make money right now. He encourages entrepreneurs to ask themselves big questions about what they're doing to make sure they're really creating something new and valuable. Chapter 2. The Ideology of Competition. Peter shares his unusual ideas about competition and monopolies. He thinks that competition isn't as great as everyone says. When companies compete too much, they end up not making much money and they don't really stand out from each other. It's like a race where everyone is trying so hard to win that they end up just tiring themselves out without getting anywhere special. Thiel says that being different is better than being the best in a crowded market. He believes that if you can make a product that no one else has, you can have the whole market to yourself. This is called a monopoly, and it's usually seen as a bad thing. But Thiel argues that it can actually be good because it lets a company do well without having to fight over customers. He also thinks that sales are super important. Even if you have the best product in the world, it won't matter if people don't know about it or want to buy it. So having a good way to sell your product is key to making your business work. Lastly, Thiel encourages people who want to start a business to think about big questions. He wants them to make sure they're really creating something new and valuable that can last a long time. He asks questions like, can you make breakthrough technology? Is now the right time to start your business? Do you have the right team? These questions help entrepreneurs focus on building a business that's not just about making money quickly, but about creating something that will make a difference in the future. Chapter 3. The Psychology of Startups. Thiel encourages us to think differently when it comes to starting a business. He suggests that the key to a successful startup lies in unique ideas that haven't been tried before, rather than following the crowd. Instead of entering a market full of competitors, it's wiser to create a new space where your startup can be the sole player. This approach helps in avoiding the cutthroat competition that often stifles innovation. Thiel also introduces the concept of the last mover advantage. This means that the most successful companies are often the last ones to enter their markets with a definitive product, allowing them to enjoy profits over an extended period. Planning and focus are also crucial. While luck can play a role, relying solely on chance is not advisable. Startups should have clear, long-term plans to guide their journey. Chapter 4. Last mover advantage. This means that even if new companies called startups aren't making much money now, they can still be worth more than big, established companies that make a lot of money. It sounds strange, but it's because these startups have the potential to earn a lot in the future. Successful companies are in markets where they can make good profits, and they don't have to follow the usual pricing rules. Startups often have unique products or services that no one else has, which means they could become very successful soon. That's why people think they're valuable, even if they're not making money right now. For a company to be really successful, it needs to last a long time. Monopolies, which are companies without competition, have certain things that make them special. They might have their technology that's way better than what anyone else has, which can make them the only choice for customers. But if the technology isn't much better than others, it won't stand out. Another thing that helps is the network effect. Like with Facebook, the more people use it, the better it gets because you have more friends to connect with. These kinds of businesses start small and grow as more people join. Chapter 5. You are not a lottery ticket. It talks about whether success comes from luck or hard work. Some people think it's all about luck, while others believe hard work is the key. If success was only about luck, then we wouldn't see people who are successful in many areas. Big thinkers from history mostly agree that success is the result of hard work. Often people focus more on the process than the actual product they're making. They follow certain rules to succeed, but they might not be as driven to reach their goals. You can be hopeful or doubtful about the future. You can have a clear or unclear vision of what's to come. There are different ways to think about the future. You can be a definite optimist who has a clear and positive view, or an indefinite pessimist who thinks things will be bad but doesn't know how to change it. Chapter 6. The mechanics of Mafia. Build a strong team and create a great company culture. It's not just about having fun things like ping pong tables or sushi chefs at work. The real culture of a company is about the company itself and how people feel about their work. Peter, when creating his team at PayPal, didn't just look at resumes. He wanted people who liked each other and could work well together. This is why many from PayPal went on to start successful companies like Tesla Motors, LinkedIn, and YouTube, earning them the nickname PayPal Mafia. When hiring, Peter thought it was important to find out why someone wanted to work with him. Most recruiters talk about good salaries and working with smart people to solve big problems. But these are things that all companies offer. Instead, Peter believed in giving reasons that were specific to his company. To attract talented people, he would explain what made his company different and why it mattered. He looked for employees who were committed to the company's vision, not just the perks. He believed in tailoring benefits to fit the industry and the employees, rather than just offering standard packages. This approach helped build a team that was not just skilled, but also passionate about their work. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Stay tuned for more engaging content.